Alright, good evening. Once again to a new attempt at beating the game with a weapon that is just... Why did that... Oh, because of the ramp. With a weapon I don't usually... Like, basically just rolling for it and sticking with it. Which... I've decided I'm gonna call that now. Just sticking with it. Right, so I have the boots which inflict a critical hit if the attack interrupts an attack. Which, doesn't actually work because the weapon doesn't interrupt attacks. Like, it literally does not interrupt attacks. I can just counter hit, which is not the same. Now, there are some enemies where I feel like that might be a lot easier to achieve than with other... Well, I shouldn't have healed there, I guess. I'm gonna keep that for later. I don't actually know if I want to go into any specific area. Or if I'm just gonna, like, take whatever I have. Of course it hits me. Like, if I just go into incentivized areas. I think what I'm actually want to do is go to the ramparts. Not to the ramparts. Go to... Also get the cat out. Go to... What is it? The Promenade of the Condemned. To grab... to grab the garden keys and then go to the ramparts, the graveyard, and the sepulchre. Ow. Right, I'm gonna go grab that heal from like a second ago. Not playing well. But yeah, I want to go to the promenade, to the sepulchre, and then to the king's castle to get that last blueprint, the keys. Ramparts, graveyard, sepulchre. That should be the 3 gardeners where I can get the moonflower keys from the gardener keys. And grab a blueprint of whatever is back there. Like, this one makes victims freeze. From what I've seen, this weapon is not really my favorite because, well, while you can cause the crit relatively simply, you will also get punched in the face for it. And that is generally not that appreciated. Maybe if you deal enough damage, you can kill most enemies with the crit before they hit you. But whether or not I can accurately do that most of the time is gonna be probably a no. The cat did great work there. And I think I'd rather just parry and then hit them without the crit. Unless I can be certain that the crit will kill it. Now there are some enemies that have like a hit combo. And I feel like you can if like the Frankenstein dude. He hits 3 times in the same direction regardless of whether you are in front of or behind him. And I feel like you can kind of exploit that. Now, this is Arboretum. Unfortunately, the promenade is cursed, which I hate. So I have a feeling I might actually just do that next time. Actually, no, fuck it. Let's go there. I very much so assume that the Hunter Grenade will not stay with me. Now, mutation-wise, I'm gonna take the Damned Vigor again. And then I think the... What is it? The slow on hit. Yeah, Easton suggested that once for the boots. I still don't think I still don't think they're gonna be my favorite, but maybe it'll work with that. Because if they slow with that, if the boots slow with that, no. Can you parry this? Oh yeah, they're just nudging. The boots do appear to have more of a, like, knockback than some of the other weapons I've used. And I'm not sure if that's on all boots. Oh, fucking hell. I need to stop doing that. I don't know if that's on all boots, because all boots kind of have a knockback theme going on. The Spartan boots mostly, the Hayabusa boots also have increased knockback on the third hit. Also, I forgot what was my third weapon because I sold it last time, so, I'm just gonna stick with the boots and the shield. Unfortunately, the shield doesn't scale off of brutality, which is sad. Ooh, fire grenade. Melissa has increased. I think they start spawning from the 3rd level onwards. Is that it? Info? No, enemies spawn around you is on the 2nd level. Okay. Right, now let's hope I go find something to eat. Do the birds just always count as attacking? Right. I'm gonna need a heal soon. Well, come on then, come to me. Or don't. That's also fun, I guess. I hear another bellboy. I also... Ow. Well, that was lucky. Okay, the boots aren't actually that bad, it appears. That was a lot better than I expected it to go. Also, they have... The 2nd hit is a jump up, and the 3rd hit is then the kick down. Which, first off, really neat combo. Like to see it. Wait, the boots can kick back enemy projectiles. I've just seen the boot kick back the bombs. That is an impressive... Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Maybe I just need something that makes it so I can ignore the enemy attacks while I kick them. And yeah, you can kick them back. That makes them actually kind of funny. Of course I missed. Do you have better boots for me? Yeah, there was the Hayabusa boots, which also have, like, increased knockback. Oh, what do I take? Like, Necromancy isn't gonna be good for healing here. Maybe the Gastronomy. Like, the Gastronomy should just be good all around most of the cases, most of the time. Okay, those stupid asshole. Come up here. I should not have triggered that elite. Yeah. Yeah, I should not have triggered that elite while the curse guy was around. Where's my dice? There's my dice. Let's roll again. 2, first column. Let's see what we get in that column. Also, is it still just the... Yeah, that's... No, wait, that's the guy in the clock tower. Who now also exists in Graveyard, if I recall correctly. Shark... You know what? Fuck it. Boomerang. Actually... Shark. Boomerang? You know what? Yeah, Boomerang. Fuck it. Like, the Boomerang does not crit at all, if I recall correctly. You just throw it at someone and then it hits them until it come back to you. And also, apparently, they fly over the rats. Unless they don't. What? No. I can actually just... Okay. One advantage I just noticed is you can just throw it, and then it deals its damage automatically, and you can just kind of go do something else or focus on parrying. And I have the feeling that similar to the glaive, the ammo mutation could be really neat on these. I wonder, is the mutation that deals more damage the more often you hit enemies? Just like every consecutive hit deals more damage? Because it feels like that would be really good here. Also, the boomerang flies through the enemy once, and then hits it like a number of times in the back. I don't exactly know how exactly it calculates how often it hits it in the back before it pierces through him, because it pierces through him at some point. Okay. And sometimes it hits 4 times, sometimes it hits 3 times, sometimes it's only hits once. Sometimes it just flows through. And I don't understand why it does that. Bonk, 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 bonk. Also, it becomes red when it hits enemies in the back. So stupid. Jumping on an enemy stuns it. Nah, I'm not gonna jump on enemies. It also appears to stagger enemies really quickly. If it kills an enemy, it feels like it immediately returns to you. Okay, there's the promenade. Now, I have the feeling that this thing might be really, really bad against birds. And there's the Arboretum. Which means I kind of want to maybe get a grenade for that. For the birds specifically. Yeah, some kind of grenade. The magnet grenade, maybe. That should be Hunter Grenade. I don't really care for that at this point. Actually, you know what? I should bring it along. Or should I? Nah. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring it along. Now, you guys have been talking about that I've seen the... I think those show up in the graveyard at the earliest. The ones with the Katars and the jump back with a grenade. Oh, cells into the outfit. Why does it cost 600 cells? What the hell? Damned vigor. And then I think the second I'll get is the ammo mutation. So you have 2 boomerangs. Which I think is still not going to be that much more boomerang. I mean, it's literally twice the boomerangs. But in the grand scheme of things, I feel like that's still not that many projectiles. It gets more and more red the more often it hits the enemy. But yeah, you can basically just focus on parrying after you've thrown the boomerang out. And it appears to be not bad damage-wise. Okay, this time, do not roll off of the elevator. Well, in that case it wasn't really necessary. Was no danger this time. Now there are other shields that scale with tactics that would probably be better for this, but I'm gonna stick with what I have. Another shop. Now the wolf trap is, I think, really good specifically to keep the hunter grenade irrelevant. Hee. Pong, 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 pong. Pong, 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 pong. It's kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. Also, the boomerang is released really quickly. Meaning it is not actually that bad against the birds. Because you can't just throw it the second they're in front of you. Nope. I'm honestly surprised because I play a lot, again, I play a lot of Pathfinder, and boomerangs there are technically, boomerangs are a weapon you can take in this medieval fantasy pen and paper, but they scale off of strength, which would be the equivalent here of brutality. Holy shit, I hate these grenadiers. Alright, I'd prefer to grab me some healing that doesn't require me to pay for it. Worked a lot better than expected. But yeah, when I think of boomerang, I actually think more of like raw strength than actual aiming, because I don't really think you can aim with it. I mean, of course you can aim with everything. But not in the same sense as you can aim with like a throw... Well, you can't really aim throwing knives either. Why did I say random? Okay, I just learned, because I never paid attention to it, that if you say random, it's actually random and not just it picks one of these stats at random and then shows you the weapons for that. What? Boomerang. Ow. Didn't pay attention. Oh, you. Yeah, I'm gonna have a heal at this point. It becomes more and more red. I don't know if that shows anything about its return, its imminent return, or if it's just it has hit a lot of people. Or one person very often. A lot of people or one people a lot. I feel like one people a lot is the better option in that. Okay, it kind of absolutely shreked that. I'm impressed. More so than I thought I would be. Alright, more tactics. Okay, you. Ooh, croissant. Pong, 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 pong. It does stagger relatively quickly, huh? How much damage do you do at this point? At 1,008, 1,000 or 1189. Let's just say it like that. And these guys, I believe, they teleport behind you based on when you attack and not based on when they take damage. Or when they get hit. What's this dirty button? Oh, it's mushrooms. And a little bit of money. Oh, I didn't know he drops an item in there. Okay. Right, back up, because I'm not gonna go to the prison depths this time. What? You die. Fuck. I need my second shot. I'm also currently freezing on parry. Nope. Alright. That should be the last of the downward areas. And this, I believe, goes to the prison. Yeah, I feel like the parry shield here would deal a lot more damage. Though the punishment, the punishment is specifically to deal damage, so it may actually be better. Not without scaling though. Ow, parried too early. If I could get like a legendary parry, like a legendary punishment, that would be amazing. A legendary or a colorless. Nope. I could have actually taken that. Now, I don't really have healing, except for whatever money I can scrunch together for a food merchant. I'd honestly rather not hit this guy. You, aggro. Alright. Now we can have a little heal. Oh, he's one of the invisible boys. The move traps work very well. Alright, up to the ramparts I go. There's just money in there. Anything on the very left? No. Do I take those 500? I take those 500. Fuck. Should have just sent the elevator back down. Very dedicated boomerang that. Now, next, where is there's the ammo. Okay, those are not thrown as quickly as the cross was. If you just hold the button. They actually have a delay in between them. Which may be good. I haven't been in the ramparts for ages as well. Like the ramparts and the Osu area, basically the first The first biomes I never go back into. I need to remind myself not to do that here. Do not downward smash attack. Unless you know there's floor beneath you. Where'd you come from? Alright, whatever is more health, which is not actually survival, because survival is already higher. Oh, the elite up here was triggered, Poison enemy to wound you, downward smash, burn the ground, damage from projectiles reduce. You know what, I'll take that. A little bit less damage, but I think that's fine. Nope. I do like that they just put it out there, the legendary, without any kind of you need to do something for it. It's just legendary cursed sword, you wanna go? And in any other situation I might have. But currently I'm sticking with it. Ow. Well, I'll take that. There is the key. Moonflower. I'm already short on potions, which ain't great. On Estus, rather. It's just money. I need more tactics. This, I believe, is the elevator to the Black Bridge already. But if I recall correctly, I have to go for Conjunctivius. Do I? Yeah, I think I have to go for Conjunctivius. So I need to take the other exit. Alright. I don't know what I should take as the third upgrade, and I'm thinking I might take Gastronomy. For even the slightest healing. Also, treasure chests apparently block boomerangs. Good to know. Yeah, I don't think I think I'd rather use not the Hunter Grenade and hope I just drop it. I have the feeling that the Hunter Grenade kind of is not that great anymore. Like, it still does what it's supposed to do, but what it's supposed to do is not gonna be useful in most cases. At this point. Is this for Conjunctivius? Whoop, whoop. The boomerang also flies a lot farther than I always assumed it would. Spiked shield, no. God damn it. Just standing next to someone watching him die. Oh, there's a shop. That could, I don't believe it, but it could be a food shop. Also, I should always check what's behind the door. It is a food shop. Ooh, very nice. I just spent all of my money. Also, why are they always so unhappy? Like, why are they so rude to a paying customer? I mean, the customer is probably an asshole if you believe the giant. But still. Right, survival. Survival. Explorer's Instinct, there's a bunch of enemies there. There's a scroll fragment, which I'll need to nab. Shop I'll probably skip, I don't have money anyway. So I'm just gonna go very much to the right. Just nab this, and then leave. That was not what I wanted to take, but it's more health, so whatever. I thought they have unlimited range or not. Didn't lose any health there, thank you to the tonic. Extra jump mid-air. Damage from projectiles reduced, that's better than what I have. The fact that they kind of basically stun lock enemies is really neat. Also should not have let that hit me, but... Okay, yeah, Insufferable Crypt. What's in the shop? I mean, I don't have money anyway, so... Could I have gotten a better boomerang? No. In that case, it doesn't matter anyway. Also, if you say something in chat and I don't respond, please excuse that. For some reason, apparently YouTube doesn't show me all the chats and I have no clue why. At least if I believe YouTube, which tells me that there were chats without showing me any chats that were had. Right, what do I take? The barb tips don't help. Acrobatic pack won't help. Crow's foot? Not really. Range curse reduce skill cooldowns, that's probably also not relevant. Enemies ranged attack. That could be neat if all the enemies are in a row, the boomerang will hit all of them. Because the boomerang pierces all targets, I believe. I think I'm actually gonna take that. Now, it won't be great for Conjunctivius at all, but maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll help against the tentacles. Goddammit, can you stand still? The lack of aiming definitely hurts the boomerang, I feel like. Ow. If I had a like a poison effect or a burn effect on this boomerang, that would be amazing. God damn it. Alright, hit me, come on. Well, I completely whiffed up. Oh yeah, he can do that. I forgot. That hit me still? Okay, right. Against bosses, I feel like not that great. Also, that was a way more successful second tentacle phase. Also, come on, I parried up. Ow. God damn it. Ow. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to heal. Completely fucked up here in the latter part. I should have played there a lot better against Conjunctivius himself. The tentacles were fine, but I completely fucked up against the big boy. Well, the tentacles were about as fine as they usually are. Grab me all of that money. I'm gonna need a lot. I'm gonna be honest, yeah. Probably, but I do like it with the shield. As like, I think it's definitely more against groups, but the shark wouldn't have played a lot better there, I don't think. And I could have played that a lot better, I just needed to parry more. Like, parry more accurately. I think that was the biggest mistake I made there, that I didn't parry correctly. Also, good evening. I really wonder if there is some kind of mutation that just increases the amount of damage per hit over a short period of time. That would make the boomerang kinda great. Sure, I'll take a pastry. Like, again, the fact that it basically is just stagger hell makes it kinda neat against groups of enemies. I feel I should have maybe taken a deployable. Like, a good deployable could probably take a lot of the single target damage problems away. What do we have in the chest? A torch. That's a no. I think I'd want to replace the... Why are you in the spikes? Yeah, I really feel like they are kind of stagger hell. Door. No. Also, which boss do I fight second? Forgotten Sepulchre gets me to either the giant or gets me to either the giant or the timekeeper, I believe. No. I think you can only reach the Scarecrow via the cliffs. Of course I'd overlook a single fucking rat. The Sepulchre leads to... Yeah, Clockroom or Guardian's Haven, so the Giant or the Timekeeper. The Scarecrow, I'm pretty sure... Can you reach the Scarecrow from anything else? Yeah, Scarecrow only from Undying Shores, no? Also, Forgotten Sepulchre is apparently the only one that you can reach 2 with. Right, maybe you can go through all 2 or 3 of them. Could it be the cavern that leads to the Scarecrow? Because I'm pretty sure the Sepulchre leads to not the Scarecrow. Up. Undo that. Now, this part to the cavern? It could, of course, also be that the Sepulchre leads to all 3 of them. Like, the map has lied to us before. Money slaying. Oh, that I'll take. Now I'm less survivable, but I hope I just deal enough damage to ignore that. Yeah, it happens. Especially if you play the game a whole lot. What do we have here? Tactic skulls. I think I will keep the wolf trap. Pretty sure we'll keep the wolf trap. I would love an upgraded boomerang at this point because this is still the starter boomerang. I'm also still looking for the Moonflower, so if you see that, let me know. That happens to me a whole lot more than it should. And it absolutely sucks. Whenever it happens. Ooh, money. Yeah, that'll take. I remember when I got the, here, that ukulele, that guitar, that legend, that survival item. I fought the tick with a hunter grenade to get it, and then forgot to hand in the blueprint. I didn't even die in the area, I just got to the collector and forgot to hand it in. Which, after that I died and I was absolutely furious at myself. Because I went past him and I just didn't give it to him. Was that the Moonflower key? Did I see that correctly? No, that's a mimic. Where's... Ah, there's the Moonflower key. Alright, now I just need the one in the Sepulchre. And then I need to go get to the... High Castle. As far as I know, now that could be that my knowledge is outdated, but it definitely used to be that if you didn't talk to him, you didn't hand in the blueprint. Like, the stagger potential on this thing is kind of ridiculous. Do you see that? 4 enemies and none of them could attack me before they died. Because they were just kneeling over all the time. I'm very sure that the that transfer and the mutation definitely helps in that regard. But it's still kinda nuts. Yeah, that's why I also didn't hand it in, because I also was just focusing on the forge. I don't know if it's still that way, but I'm absolutely sure it used to be that way. I would love a parry shield, unfortunately no. Okay, so there's the Sepulchre. Oh, you can go to the Undying Shores from here. That's good to know. Then over there's the caverns, but I want to know what's in that door. It's just cells. Great. Right. Wrong door. Teleport the door. Off to the Sepulchre. I feel like I want to maybe reroll my stats on that boomerang. Wait, 3BC plus gives bonus? I need to check the... No boomerang. Do I take a knife dance instead of the wolf trap? I think I take the knife dance. I have done the forge. I just kept putting it into the forge because of the percent chance to get S. Like, I think you may mistake there's something. The 3BC etc. increases how high you can upgrade your forge. I don't think it itself increases your rate of dropping higher rarity items. Absolutely busted this boomerang. Yeah, the... What is that mutation called? I forgot what the mutation is called. And the crab can't block the crab can't block the attack. That's also neat. Networking, yeah. The stagger we reach with this is insane. And here's the thing, I can't get a boss weapon. Oh wait, I see. Because I'm doing basically a constraint on myself. Which I call stick with it, which is I get a random via dice throw. I decide which 3 weapons I get at the start. And it is these 3. And then I don't switch. Which is why I had problems with Conjunctivius. So I can't really get a boss weapon, because I have all the weapons I can have. These are the 3 things I have this run. The punishment, the boomerang, and the shark. And the shark is not really high enough level to carry anything. Oh wait, I can go further down. Where am I? There is another path down there, which is probably like a shop. I think I'm gonna check it out right now. Actually, I'm gonna check it out later. When I have the Explorer's Instinct active. Yeah, the networking has surprised me, like it's really good. Okay, the shield bearers could be a problem because they actually do block the boomerang. I think the knife dance and the sinew slicer might be good enough to deal with bosses. But this is just ridiculous. At least I hope that the sinew slicer and the knife dance are good enough to deal with the bosses. Or maybe I get a second deployable that I can use in conjunction with the sinew slicer. What do we have over here? Ace is not the key, I'm pretty sure. No. Yeah, I think if I find another deployable, I'm gonna just go double deployable with the sinew slicer and something else. No boomerang upgrade, unfortunately. And at this point I think I can just teleport down. What purpose did this serve? Okay, this is where I need the key. I think it's ammo +1. No, I think it's ammo +1. And, well, the usual, it's colorless now stuff. God damn it, I just want to get up. I'm pretty sure it's the ammo +1. It's the cross has ammo +1. I think the weird glaive has ammo +1. And like they are basically the same in most regards, in that they have baseline only 1 ammo. We had to have like a hallway for this. Also, Explorer's Instinct. What is down there? Cluster grenade. I don't really care for that. However, down there we have a shop, and I want to see. Nearly jumped into that. I want to see what's in the shop. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The giant is kind of the only. Is kind of like the tier 2 boss I want to fight the least. Holy shit, I nearly died there. I didn't need to heal, there is some food. Well. I would like a light, please. That was a lot more hectic than I would have liked it to be. The kamikaze birds, I also hate them. Get me a good deployable. Well, the crush isn't really what I was looking for. But we can go ahead and leave now, I guess. There are some enemies just for some reason deal stupid amounts of damage. Right, I do not want to go to the giant. Like the giant, I will not beat the giant. I might beat the timekeeper. Like the little mushroom guys deal way more damage than I feel like they should. I think I'll take a stun grenade over the knife dance. It was also the first of the 3, like Concierge, Timekeeper, Hand of the King were the first 3 bosses. Conjunctivius was added later, and then both the Giant and the Scarecrow are DLC. But Conjunctivius, I'm pretty sure, was added before DLC. The Servants and Dracula, as well as Death, I'm pretty sure also DLC. Ow. Well, I think I'll die here. Let's finish this. Come on, you're beating me. You're beating the shit out of me. Well, so much for that. I'm pretty sure most is DLC. Actually, Undying Shores might have been before DLC, but I don't remember. I don't think so. Anyway, let me roll. That's a 6, so it's the second column. What do we get? Yeah, the clock tower dudes again. Whip and ice. It's the wrenching whip, which is better than the... Yeah, that's the one that pulls enemies towards you. Alright. Let's try that again. Brutality this time. Sell the Malaise food. Yeah, I did realize that if you don't eat all of the Malaise food, you kind of live longer. I need to do the spacing of this whip better. The biters do be helping, though. Wait, what does the whip have? Does it have... Bite a scroll from the dead. Yeah, they do help. Like, I know all of the cursed enemies are DLC. I know... the Queen is DLC. Like, I'm not gonna... Ooh, what could be good with the whip? Like, we have Brutality, that is a bunch of grenades mostly, isn't it? The ice crossbow is definitely my favorite crossbow. It's not my favorite weapon, ranged weapon, because the kunai exists. But they're both neat. The whip's kind of not my style. Heavy crossbow, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of dislike because I have the distinct feeling that they buffed it. If you shoot the heavy crossbow currently, it shoots a small projectile forward, which pulls an enemy towards you, so it takes the full damage from the 5 bolts then. It didn't used to do that. It used to just shoot 5 bolts. And that was in most cases really not that good, because only like 3 of them hit. And... didn't used to do that, so I'm kind of just relating to the old heavy crossbow, and that one was absolute garbage. But currently, I feel like all 3 of the crossbows are really good. The fact that they're ranged weapons that scale off of survival alone is really strong. Do we grab that? No, we do not grab that. But we do grab this. More brutality. I was very lucky to get through that. I was very lucky to get through that. Okay, one hit, I'll take that. But yeah, Ice Crossbow was always kind of busted. Or at least very fun to use, I'll say. Where's the Promenade? Promenade is over there. Yeah. But the simple fact that you are basically a tank with a ranged weapon, especially with the explosive and the Ice Crossbow. I also like the repeating crossbow. Like, I think all of the crossbows are good. So I know 4 of the crossbows. The explosive, ice, heavy, and repeating. I should have tried to get a cocoon with a boomerang. Now I think about it. That would have made my parries stronger. I hate you. You. Not you. You. The fact that they jump away from you. Really annoying. All of the biters die. I feel like I like the repeating crossbow maybe more explosive. Ice crossbow is the clear winner. But I think the repeating crossbow is the number 2 for me. Because it works extremely well with the wolf trap and the root grenade. And anything that deals more damage based on CC that you want to do anyway. Yeah, anything that just enhances the CC you already have is great in my opinion. And then the Ice Crossbow wins out because it both is CC and exploits it. That's the wrong whip. That's the correct whip. Is it better though? No. Not with those modifiers. I feel like all of the crossbows have like a combo you want to use specifically. And for the... like, you want to basically use the one attack and then the other. And for the heavy crossbow and the ice crossbow, it's the first attack and then the second attack. And for the other 2 crossbows, it's the other way around. With the explosive one, I feel like you want to get close to them, hit them with the crossbow thing, and then shoot a bolt after them. I should have maybe taken that. What skills do you offer, sir? Do I take a soldier grenade? You know what? Fuck it, soldier grenade. I don't usually take the soldier grenade, but maybe it'll work. What do we have? Damage to poison target, shoots an arrow upward, bite a scroll from the dead. Spreads inflammable oil on the enemy on my parry. So we'll grab that. Are you invisible, boy? You are. I do like how the biters just fall after me and die. I feel like whips are kind of in the category of RPG weapons that sound funny, but aren't really all that useful. Was lucky. Like the big swords. Sound fun to have, but not really useful. Nope. Ooh, free food. You die. What other grenades are there? Like the ice grenade and the root grenade do not scale off of brutality. What are those modifiers actually? More enemies, fast enemy teleport, enemies turn into elites, enemies spawn around you, enemies teleport by groups, and fast enemy movement. Unfortunately, I took a hit there. Yeah, have fun and have a nice evening. Also, thanks for checking in. Thank you for watching. Just immediately fell down. And it didn't even kill him. I have played Constance. I have completed Constance. I mean, I haven't 100%ed it, but I have completed it. It was only like 4 episodes, like 4 streams. It's not a long game. Like most games I've played aren't that long. Well, actually, that's a lie. At this point, most games are pretty long that I play. But it's, yeah, 4 streams, it was like 8 to 10 hours or something like that. Though, to be fair, I have not completed it 100%. I have stopped after, I believe what is the canonical ending. But yeah, it's on the channel. Like the VOD is on the channel. No. It's honestly way better to play games yourself, especially games like that, because Dead Cells doesn't really have anything in the spoiler department, but Constance definitely has. So if you had any inclination of playing it yourself, you should definitely do that first. And now, I haven't streamed that much over Christmas, but I do try to stream like four times a week. It's just sometimes it's different games. And also I don't manage to do it every time. At least 4 times a week is my current attempts. Now where does this go? Come over here. The wood does have a bit of range against these birds specifically, which is great. Yeah, again, thanks for watching, and have a good evening. And have a good night, whatever is more appropriate. Or have a nice day. That could also be appropriate. What do we have still? Right, ramparts I go. Gotta be honest, getting to the clock tower itself was also already a bit of an achievement. Because I currently don't even manage that most of the time. Nope. Wonderful. Spanking enemies with your whip, honestly, also kind of funny. Is anything up top? No. Anything back there? No. Wonderful. So I don't think I missed anything. Yeah. So, go to ramparts. Which is cursed, because of course it is. I really should have taken the absolution. Should have taken the absolution with me. Right, I feel like I might need a way of healing. I think I might take the gastronomy. Like, what other options do I have? I have the adrenaline for 5 seconds after dodging an attack at the last moment, or the frenzy, as long as I have a speed buff. Both of which I don't think are gonna happen that much. So, give me the tainted flask. And maybe I should use that before actually fighting something and not just because. But there are enough elites that I feel like it could work. Lovely, thank you, Bellboy. I also should parry more just for more money, I feel like. Like, every parry, I believe, is 100 gold? Or 25 gold or something like that? Scroll of Power. I need a kill to get rid of the curse. Yeah. Now, I very much doubt so that the elites count as 2 kills for the flask. Yeah, no, they only counted as 1. Which I kind of expected. But it is a flask charge. And I will absolutely take that. I will also take this heal. So the golden arrows are 100 gold. Okay, those are also 100 gold. Oh, damn it. Wait. After killing 10 elite enemies, right, okay, so I need to kill actually a lot of elite enemies. Does that scale? But maybe the gold shield itself is just how much money I take, how much healing I have. Because if I have enough money, I can just buy more flask charges instead. Wait, did I see that correctly? Does this? Yeah, ooh, my infantry grenade spreads flammable oil. Which is, of course, very good. Hello! The amount of elites you need to kill with the tainted flask. Because I'm doing brutality and I was looking for a way to heal. And I thought, you know what? The tainted flask with the recharge, I feel like is the smartest thing there. That is a cursor. Scales down to 4. Well, that's a lot less than 10. So I will gladly take that. Okay, this should be the Black Bridge. I haven't seen the Moonflower yet. But yeah, 4, that sounds good. Like, it definitely feels like there are 4 elites per area in this at this point. I also remembered just now that you told me that the grenades for some reason do not cause the curse to go on you. Which I still don't quite understand why that is the case. But I'll gladly take it. I mean, yeah, at High Peak you have 3 guaranteed elites, no? Also, the other question I had regarding that, if the elite right? Because the elites all have effects, right? If the elite effect is that they split into two, do both of them count for the recharge? Or is it only the one? Or does it only do they only count once? That is very good. Legendary Ice Shield. Well, unfortunate once again. In that case, you kind of always want the splitting ones, because they are not even the worst to kill. Like, I kind of like when it's the splitting ones. The splitting ones and the invisible ones are my favorite elites. Because they're not that more difficult. Okay, that's the Insufferable Crypt. Good to know. Anything I want? Not really. Where's the projectile going? What? Malaise cleared. That sounds great. Okay, more brutality. Currently it's 8 elites. Like, even with 8 elites to kill, that doesn't sound all too difficult at BC5, because there's a lot of the elites. No enemies. You the one that gives me chicken? Also, how was your day? No answer. No, you're not the one who gives me chicken. No. I have overlooked the Moonflower Key, which is very sad. And it's also not shown on the map. So if I start with 10 and then I scale it down to 4 before I get any... So if I start at 10, I kill an enemy, or an elite, and then I scale it down to 4 without any more elites, I still need to kill 9 more elites? Is that how it works? Because if so, then yeah, that's kind of stupid. I also wish it would just show how many you've already killed. Ah, there's the Moonflower Key, that's why I've overlooked it. Yeah, that's kind of stupid. Alright, let's cut off power. Also, last run, yeah, you missed that. I tried the boomerang, and I got the networking for it. I was impressed at the stagger it does. I don't know if you like the boomerang. I was very much so impressed. And I don't know if that was mostly because of the networking. Alright, on to Conjunctivius. And try not to fuck up this much this time. Yeah, I got the ammo mutation as well, so I have 2 of them. Anti-networking. I was much impressed. I think I'll take the scheme because the soldier grenade really doesn't have that much cooldown. Wait a second. Alright, Conjunctivius boy. God damn it, I fucking missed. Fucking missed again. Can you, like, not dodge? Alright. I feel like having the freeze on my shield is not great for my fire grenade. Yeah, I'm gonna have some. I forgot he does that sometimes. Oh, did I just see that correctly? It actually hurts him when you kill the tentacles. That's... I didn't know that. As far as I saw, right now they didn't. Wait, that's weird, because twice they didn't and then they did again, so... I feel like that's mostly just a bug. That definitely feels like a bug. Because the last one gave me money, but the 2 before that not. On the shield, yeah, that's possible. But then, no. It's weird either way. No, I don't want to go to the bank. I want to go to the graveyard. Alright. The one problem I had with the boomerang is that for some reason it sometimes just didn't hit the rats. Which was mostly just annoying. Not even that bad, mostly just annoying. Getting the key before... one of my favorite weapons. The throwable objects. And I can't use them. Alright, what is the challenge rift? So we're down to 7 enemies at this point. Oh. Maybe I should have just rushed up. Okay. Fuck. Fuck again. If I recall correctly, the graveyard does have a food shop. So... I just hope I'll find that. Rook Grey, not my favorite. Actually, it is kind of my favorite. It's one of my favorites. I really like it, but not in this one. Well, I'll definitely take that pastry. Machete and pistol, also one of my favorites. Well, I'm going back down again. There could be food in there. It is not, but could have been. Pile of bodies. I don't think I've ever seen this room before. Bodies used the skins along useful for research. I have to resort to taking tooth samples. I hope that will make me understand the origin of the malaise. How exactly? Bloodigrous for infusion. Essence of buplerium. Cream of valio, syrup of large worms. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this room before. No. No. 1350, meaning I can't get a flask recharge. I can get most everything else. Is there always the emergency door in here? Kind of like feels that way. Yeah, I think a little bit of Malaise done hurt at this point. Can you get me an upgrade to my whip? That's a no. That went very well. I'll keep with the brutality. What do we have in here? Also, there's a moonflower still somewhere. And I want it. My current goal, by the way, is to get the moonflower key done. And I see it. This is why I didn't go to the prison depths. Why I go to the graveyard. And then the sepulcher. Ow. Fuck you. Very lucky. No. Should have definitely drunk before that. Undying Shores. So that should be the sepulcher here. And that's the caverns. No, it's a treasure room. Interesting. But it is the sepulcher, yeah. Now, what is still up there? A scroll. Good thing I came here. And then down here is the cavern, isn't it? There's also a chest still, so... You're gonna go over there. And that's the caverns, right. Oculus Bow. Still one of my favorites, but no. Alright, to the sepulcher. And then I could really use a refill at this point. I'm not even that far off from the time gated doors, which is really surprising to me. I say no to you. Nay. What is behind door number 3? Ow. Holy shit, why do you hurt so much? I do not know how I survived that. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't get health in the meantime. Also, I'm at 1 health, and I hate it. I would like a food shop, please. Or just like a steak. Neither of those are steaks. Can I have some chicken? I assume that's a no. There's another elite. Do I want to fight that rat? You know what? Fuck. There was this one. Ah, shit. Alright. Let's roll. This was... I'm not gonna do another run today. It's too late. But I'm gonna roll what I get next time. It is column number 4. Which in turn is gonna be... the Starfall Sword. Or the Ice Bow. Or probably both, because I still kind of don't like that shield. Anyway, yeah, as mentioned, that is it for today. So, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice evening. Hope you have a good night later on. And I hope you have a nice week. Goodbye.